2027 to about 23.8 trillion US dollars. So it's a very large industry. Imagine industry that is even bigger than some of the big tech companies that you've ever seen, right? A company that is raking in $1 trillion a year is not a small industry, right? It's because they are actually making money. That's why they are committing funds, resources, and into it. Do you understand? And that is what makes it encouraging. And how do we stop them from sucking our money? It is when we take a further step in hardening our system, hardening our digital data asset as digital assets, in every forms we could, for them not to have access to. And in the subsequent slide, we're going to look at the most prevailing one. We're going to look at the one they actually use more. They actually use more, right? So the popular target for attacks, according to that data, is number one is web application. Web applications, because almost every business in the world today has web presence. They have a website. They operated on the internet, on the web, all right? So this makes it the number one target for cyber criminals, right? And then mail server. Organizations send mails to their clients, send mail to their partner, send mail to their banks, and all those kind of things. This email is a target because confidential information are actually embedded in email sent to partners and banks and all that. So they can compromise your email and send a mail to your bank to initiate a transfer to any, depends on how they want to go about it. All right. The bank will honor it because the mail came from your mail server. Right? The bank will not know that it wasn't your organization that actually initiated the email. So this is another form. This is another target for cyber criminals. And then your desktops and your laptop, your local machines, your laptop, right? So it's also a target because it holds a whole lot of information that is only known to you. And by you downloading illegal tools online, you don't know, may carry it, may carry forms of virus and all that, right? And then start stealing. They now have a hole into your computer, seeing whatever data you have on your computer, and then start exploiting it, and then start doing whatever you're doing in your laptops. And why is this important? It's important because all of us are connected to a company network, right? So if I am safe and 99 others are safe and one person is not safe, right? It means that the criminals can actually get into the organizations through that one person that is not safe, right? So I think the awareness needs to be a bit stronger. Recently, was in a public bus, and a woman was going to the bank, right? A woman was going to the bank, and it was talking about somebody sending them a mail, and then he clicked on the mail and then the mail was, and then he landed on the page that we're requesting for information, blah, blah, blah. And after he do others and all that, putting confidential information, credentials on that place, which he believed because he saw the bank's logos and all that. And then Thereafter, he starts noticing debit alert and all that. So he was complaining, and I was like, if she had, if she's aware of all these different tactics these people use to actually get into people, probably she wouldn't be honoring such email or clicking through a link in that email and start even to start imputing her credit card numbers and details and password and all that. Right. So I urge all of us to start preaching cyber security. And you know one thing again. In the state of Nigeria today, even a, a, a boy, a primary school pupils wants to grow up and become a Yahoo person. I don't know if you observe the trend. The children nowadays wants to choose Yahoo as a career because they saw them as a role model. They are driving a big car, living in a fine apartment and all that. They've forgotten that doctors, engineers, and tech people that are doing these three jobs also are riding. You understand that. So many children nowadays wants to, when you even talking about read well, they now give you instances that brother side did he read well before he start riding Range Rover and all that. You get. So at some point you're like, they're not giving you example that this person that read well, he has a Bentley. Look at Said that doesn't go to school, say has Bentley because he's a Yahoo boy. It means that doing Yahoo now become a new norms in Nigeria, right? So, why am I bringing up these issues? Is because we still have like where leakage, should I call it leakages or somehow? That's where they there are loopholes into our digital assets. That's where they were feeding on, right? Because the money they are making is not genuine. It comes from um, innocent people in the society. All right. So the most pervasive cyber attack vectors we have is the social engineering. Social engineering. Why social engineering? Social engineering is popular because they don't have to be techie. You know, they don't have to be techie to leverage on human inclination to trust. They just have to cajole you into believing that they are genuine. And then when they get you psychologically, you now surrender your credentials to them. It's not like they use any technical skill in tech to actually cajole you into doing it. They trick you, you know, because naturally we have this inclination to trust, right? So, and that is what they are leveraging on. And that's why social engineering becomes the most pervasive cyber attack vectors, right? And then we have the ransomware. Ransomware, if you have not heard of ransomware is just like, you know how they kidnap people. You kidnap somebody and then you ask for money. When the money is paid, you now release the person and then the person go. The same way ransomware work. The ransomware will encrypt your data, maybe your organization data and all that. And then you have a mail on your laptop that pay some so thing into a Bitcoin wallet or anything, depends on any means, right? And get and have your data back. That's the only thing. Then, and do you know that 60% of ransomware attack never get recovered? Sometimes, as I mentioned earlier, most of these tools, they bought it on dark web. They don't even know how to use it. The only thing is that they know how to use it to create problem, but they don't know how to, you know, decrypt data that they have encrypted. So sometimes when you pay this money, your data, they just disappear. They just disappear. You will not hear from them again, and your data is still lost. All right. So that's why you need to like wake up like the Gazette every morning and run before they come. Then the denial, distributed denial of service. This distributed denial of service is just like when you have a web application or server or something like that, they now create, they attack you with volumes of requests into your server, right? That will make your server not to have accommodation for other requests, right? So you don't have access to it, to overwhelm the network, you know, that you don't have access, you no longer have access to your resource or your data or your information. So that's what distributed denial of access is all about. So there are so many attacking vectors, but we just pick this one for its pervasiveness, right? And social engineering technique. The story of that woman inside the vehicle I talked about earlier is a social engineering techniques they use for her, right? We have different type of social engineering network techniques. Phishing. Phishing is sending the deceptive mail message, right? And then or a website mimicking a legitimate entity. They sent a link like it's GT Bank or it's a bank, is your bank, has the logos and everything. They mimic it. It looks exactly like the email from your bank, right? And they send it to you. And you now think it's your bank. And they have a link there that if we notice that something is wrong with your card, with your account, can you log in and fix, so we can help you fix the issue? It's urgent. They make it, they will say it's urgent. And when you clicked on it and you now try to fix the issue, your credentials that you are entering is actually what they are saying wherever they are, right? You are actually submitting your credentials. And after you submit the credentials and you think to log in, and you click login, you probably may take you to a website they design like that of GT Bank, but it's not GT Bank or any other bank. It's not your bank, right? And then the next thing is they've already gotten your credentials and they can use it to transfer your funds or do whatever they need to do. It may not be your fund, it may be your other assets, right? And they now have access to some credentials depend on their target area. And then we have the gating. The gating is unauthorized person follow you closely, follow authorized person closely to gain access into area that is restricted to them, right? In some organizations, there are areas where visitors don't get to. There are areas certain staff don't get to, right? So the gating is when the wrong guy now comes using that your natural inclination to trust, presenting himself as your close friend, and then start following you closely to get certain information, getting to areas where it's not supposed to get to. So that's what the gating is about, right? And then we have baiting. Baiting is using an object to think to trick you into taking an action that will expose you. Like we have so many way of baiting techniques. It can be in your area. Somebody will just come, drop a memory card, or somebody will just come, drop a flash drive, right? And then you will like, you find a flash drive and you insert it into your laptop. When you insert it into your laptop, you have deposited something inside your laptop, right? That a worm, a virus, or something. That is their aim. They use something to trick you into taking action, and you have taken the action, right? Then pretexting, false identity or impersonation to gain trust. You know, pretexting, we see that often on social media, on social network, where you have Rihanna. Rihanna will send you a message that she needs she's stranded in Ghana. She wants you to pay 1,000 naira, $1,000 or something, depend on the story. They pretend to be Rihanna, and if you think some people will be happy that Rihanna is sending them a message, they will quickly rush and then you can send it. So that's social engineering. This is the scenario I just explained, right? This is the bad guy here, right? The attacker. He has conjured his script here, and then he sent it to a file, maybe attached on the email, right? And send it to a user. And then the user open the attachment. The moment you open the attachment, you have deposited the attachment carries a malware, and then the malware is now in your system, and then the malware now expose your system to the attacker. The attacker is already seeing everything you are doing remotely from your computer, right? You may not know that something is going on, but remotely, somebody is somewhere monitoring all the actions you are taking on your computer. So when you try to transfer funds on your, he's looking at, he's monitoring it, he knows your password, he knows everything, he knows information about you. That's how social engineering works. Phishing websites, just as I've mentioned, right? So you see phishing website, it sends you a link to a website, the website that looks like that of GT Bank. And then you open the website and then you enter your credential. When you enter your credential, the attacker is seeing the credential you entering, right? He's seeing the credential you entering. And then he will use that credential you enter to the main website of the bank, right? And then try to withdraw money or transfer money or transfer funds, and then you lose your assets. So how do you prevent these things from happening? Most of the requests for helps you see are not genuine, right? If you did not request any assistance from the sender, consider any request or offer a scam. How many of you have seen this message? They will forward to you on WhatsApp that sometimes they will say, Osibanjo Trust Fund is blah, blah, blah. Do this to claim your own 10,000 naira or 40,000 naira or anything. Sorry, somebody raising up hand.
Yeah, I'm just indicating that I've seen it before.
Okay. So I don't know if you are familiar with that message. And then it will ask you to click to claim that money. Do you think that if Osibanjo is sending money or sometimes they will use Don Jazzy or any celebrity or thereabout, right? Do you think that if Osibanjo is actually distributing 40,000 naira to Nigeria, they will now send it to you on your WhatsApp? It's not possible, right? You have to even go and queue where they are distributing, when they are sharing, let's say 40,000 to 20 people. You will see 2,000 people on the queue there. So, and you think that by clicking that links on your WhatsApp, the 40,000 naira will now be transferred to your account. No, it doesn't work. Even if Nigeria is distributed, look at the way they share palliative then. The palliative did not get to you, and you think that federal government fund that is they use. So by the time you get carried away, you think that, yeah, federal government is actually distributing this money, blah, blah, you click it, and then you go. Set your spam filter to high. if you are using if you're using email, Gmail or thereabouts, you ensure you set your filter so that messages from unknown sender should not be landing in your inbox, right? That way you are preventing seeing any email that way. Sorry, we're running out of time now. Secure your device. Ensure that you install what is it called? Antivirus. You have antivirus in your systems, and then they are up to date. All the applications on your systems are up to date, right? And keep them up to date. And then always be mindful of and ensure that your system has a strong password first. That's where you start from. Have a strong password. Always be mindful of risk. Be careful with risk because the bad guys are everywhere. So, unfortunately, this is my slide. I don't know. Is it bad luck or something? I'm still not able to finish it today as well, right? So, but let's quickly do this. Maybe some other times we can continue with it. Verify source. Ensure that before you click on any URL or any message, verify the source of the message. Keep your software up to date. Every software you have, or every application you have on your system, operating system and every other, ensure that they are up to date, right? Use secure Wi-Fi network. Don't just connect anyhow to Wi-Fi that you don't know its origin, right? In fact, don't click to Wi-Fi that you did not control. Basically, that way you are safe. Use strong password management. Use strong password management, right? Ensure that you are creating a strong and unique password for each of your online accounts, right? So that somebody will not get, even if they get one password, you should not be able to get the other one, right? Because some of us, we don't have a proper password hygiene. The password we use here, that's what we use there. So once somebody gets this place, get it in one place, he has gotten it in another place. Then always require password. Don't leave your phone or your laptop open, no matter what, even with your family. Before they have access to your phone, they should impute password. Use a certain policy to actually protect your laptop or phone. Don't leave it open, right? Be cautious about downloads and attachments. Be careful with downloading attachments and anything online. Ensure you regularly back up your data. Use multi-factor authentication. Use two-factor or more factors of authentication. Before somebody should log into your bank app, you should approve it with OTP from so that whenever, even if they get the password, they won't be able to get your phone to get the OTP and have access to your account, right? Be mindful of social media privacy setting. Ensure there are some information on your social media profile that shouldn't be public. Go and optimize them to ensure that people can only see what you want them to see and not everything about you. So these are the tools you need. You need antivirus. You need to have a VPN, right? And examples, you can use Proton VPN, Hotspot Shield, Galaxy VPNs, and then password manager. You can keep password manager. We talked about that a lot. And then this is an example of antivirus that you can keep in order to protect your digital assets. Do we still have time? Okay. So these are the emerging trends. Yes, we saw AI is coming into the mainstream. Probably AI is going to fight these threats to detect threats and all that for us in future. And we're also going to see, we see Microsoft develop Microsoft Security Copilot, right? We integrate it in your laptop, your system, and it's going to provide defense. It's going to provide cyber security suite in one install. So you don't have to do more because AI is going to take over that area. So we've seen that as emerging threat. So that's it. We are out of time. It's almost 9:44, right? So maybe when we come tomorrow, we can take questions and contributions. Is that fine? Hello, can you still hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, thank you very much. So we are out of time. Tomorrow we continue with question and answer, right?
Okay.
Okay, yes, thank you very much, Mr. Samuel. We really appreciate